Some of you like to say, please kindly advise when talking to customers, potential clients, stakeholders, partners, things like that. But it's not something that I would recommend, at least not when you are in a selling situation. Now, people say, please kindly advise for different reasons. Sorry, excuse me. So, a lot of times people say, please kindly advise because they're just trying to be polite. Well, there are other ways of being polite, especially when you're sending an email, instead of using words that are just fillers and words that don't really mean anything. Now, sometimes people say, please kindly advise because of clarity. They're trying to put the ball in the other person's court. They want the other person to know that, look, I've done my own, so now it's over to you. If this sale is going to move through, if this transaction is going to move through, if this relationship is going to move forward in any way, then, the ball is now in your court, so please kindly advise. Now, another reason why people say please kindly advise is, it's just a habit. Because we've all grown up in Nigeria, and, for those of us who have finished school and have worked in one of two places, you see it everywhere. Your Oga will say, please kindly advise. Your line manager says, please kindly advise. And then after a while, you just pick up the habit that when you're sending messages to people, you tell them, please kindly advise. But before I continue, I need to point out one thing anyway, at least for those of you who like English or who are grammatically minded. When you say please and kindly, that it's kind of redundant, because kindly do so and so, and please do so and so, kind of means the same thing. So it's kind of redundant. So even if you're not going to stop doing that for any other reason, stop doing it because it's redundant. Now, some of you are now going to ask, okay, so if I can't say please kindly advise in my messaging, then what am I supposed to do? Okay, I'm going to provide an answer today. This is what you're supposed to do. Now, remember that this is a sales podcast, and every single thing that we talk about over here is built around how we can move the relationship further, move the conversation further, because we're trying to sell. We're trying to get people to buy something. So first off, what I'm going to tell you to do is avoid all these formal sounding phrases. Excuse me, because we're trying to sell, and the more conversational we are, the better. I repeat. You're trying to sell something. The more conversational you are, the more you sound like a human being, the better. So, don't say, please kindly advise, because you're sounding very, how will I put it? You're sounding very formal, very corporate. So, avoid the corporate talk, be conversational. At best, let me say, be semi-formal, sound less corporate, and don't use any kind of jargon, because it's not helping your case, because you're trying to sell. And in the beginning, people are uptight. What we're trying to do is we're trying to bring the temperature down so that we can have a conversation with someone, from one human being to another. But there are other ways that you can be polite, and you can put the ball back in the other person's court to let them know that, look, I've done my own thing. I've done my own part. Now, over to you. So saying please kindly advise, you can just tell the person that, look, I'd appreciate your thoughts on so and so. It's clear that now the ball is in the other person's court. You've sent over the proposal. Instead of saying, please kindly advise on something, you send over the proposal and say, I'd appreciate your thoughts on section 1, 2, 3. Can you share your thoughts on blah, blah, blah? Instead of saying, please kindly advise. Or, for those of you who are trying to get the ball moving, that's why you're saying, please kindly advise, you can just come out and ask the person, what do you think we should do next? What would you like for us to do next? Although I'm in favor of being more proactive, so I prefer to tell people. So I don't send over something and say, please kindly advise. I send over the thing, and then I say, okay, good. If we're in agreement on this, I propose that what we should do next is, you see, that's how you flip it back into the other person's court. Can you share your feedback on? When you're available, can you get back to me on? Do you have any updates on XYZ? Is there anything else we need from my end before we move forward? What do you think about so and so? Let me know what works for you. These are other things that we can use that sound more conversational and are better than please kindly advise. Now, of course, the reason why we're looking at this today is because I'm currently coaching someone who is a salesperson, and this is just one of her things that she has inherited Every single WhatsApp message, please kindly advise. Email, please kindly advise, please kindly advise. So, summary, please kindly advise is kind of redundant. No point in saying it because please and kindly kind of mean the same thing. So, even if you insist on doing please kindly advise, remove one. You can say kindly advise or please advise. But in my own opinion, let's not sound too formal. Remove all the formal stuff. Let's be conversational, or let's be semi-formal. Let's not be too corporate. Let's avoid anything that sounds like jargon. And if this is about putting the ball in the other person's court, I would ask you to come over to my own side and do the more proactive thing. And you tell the other person, okay, I've sent over the proposal. If we're in agreement with 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, then I would propose that the next step is blah, 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 blah. As in, put it to the other person and put it well. And put the ball in the other person's court. But then, please kindly advise. It's a bit redundant, and to be honest, I doubt people see these things anyway. When they say please kindly advise, you just say, you know what, I'll get back to it later. So, yeah, that's it. If you'd love to connect with me, you can call me, send me a text message or a WhatsApp message on 080-6466-2140. Oh, if you also want to join my WhatsApp channel, you can send me a text message on the same number, 080-6466-2140, and I'll hook you up. So that's all for today. Thank you very much for your time and attention. I'll be in touch. Oh, and then sorry about the audio quality. I'm just recording straight into my phone today. I'm not using the whole microphone thing because, to be frank, I'm tired of setting up. It can be a hassle just when you want to make a quick recording. Yeah, so that's it. I'll catch you guys some other time.